Hello, my darlings. Today I would really love to share with you 3 very simple techniques, massage techniques that you can use on yourself, with family and friends, or if you're a therapist as part of your massage routines, to help with anxiety. And you know, in life, we often get moments of anxiety, don't we? But for some people, they actually have anxiety. And that is absolutely crippling. And I know, for instance, because I do such a lot of work with neurodivergent young people, families, organisations, schools, and very often young people will say to me, you know, it's not my autism that's a disability, it's actually the anxiety or the OCD or the other comorbidities with mental health that very often come with being different. But we're now in a world where living with anxiety all the time is far more common than it should be, and we are in a mental health pandemic. So I felt for everybody, in a very inclusive way, to share these 3 simple tips would help you today. So very often when we store anxiety, dread, that feeling of, oh my God, I'm going to get overwhelmed, oh my goodness, a meltdown is just imminent, those feelings are all stored in your second or enteric brain, which is the gut. And when we're under long-term mental health with things like anxiety, very often we really genuinely get a tummy ache. You know, very young children who can't really verbalize feelings yet or articulate them will very often say, I've got a tummy ache. And many young people even be sick, you know, and it's nothing to do with having a bug and everything to do with not being able to digest. And I don't mean food, I mean not being able to digest these crippling feelings of anxiety. And it's long proven on a neuroscientific level that apart from our second brain containing 90% of our serotonin, the hormone of happiness, confidence, self-esteem, huge in this age of mental health challenges, you know, we need to get this rising up and we need to fight back. But it is a really, you know, people get tummy migraines, stomach migraines. It can really manifest on a very, very physical level. So what begins as stress, what begins as anxiety, eventually has a physical manifestation in our bodies and will be tummy aches that are nothing to do with bugs. So 3 things you can do. The first one is to put your, I normally put my left hand on my tummy, but you can reverse it if you're left-handed. Put my left hand on my tummy and I just go round in circles. And this is really, really soothing, really soothing. And you can go anti-clockwise too. It doesn't necessarily matter which direction. I just think clockwise gets that serotonin up. That's how I think of it visually. I think I'm bringing that 90% of serotonin from my second or enteric brain up through my gut-brain axis and into my first brain, which is where I need it. A lot of anti-anxiety drugs, a lot of antidepressants simulate serotonin. And by the way, I'm not saying that in any way to talk anybody out of medication. I'm not allowed to, and I wouldn't be that arrogant. But this is just a natural way you can boost that, work alongside it, top yourself up. So just going in rounds is as simple as that. You could do it under your coat while you're, you know, sitting on public transport. You could be behind a desk and do it quite discreetly if you're getting anxious about something, at whatever age you are. Just do these lovely circles on your tummy. The other thing you can do is with your fingertips pointing down, you can massage both sides of your tummy with your fingertips. So you're just doing circles. I'm not pressing in hard. It's a gentle but firm touch. And you just do that. And it's so simple. Even somebody with limited mobility would probably be able to do this for themselves. And sometimes that's really important because anxiety is all about feeling powerless, voiceless, you know, worrying terribly about things that you've got no control over a lot of the time. And so for somebody to be able to do this for themselves immediately gives them that sort of empowerment on some level, which is that actually boosts serotonin straight away by 16% actually. It's amazing, isn't it? But it really does. And then the final thing is And you can rotate your hands or do them both together. I tend to rotate because I feel that works easier for me. But if it's easier for you to do it that way, do it that way. You're just stroking and feathering up your tummy. And the tummy holds on to anger too, but it really holds on to anxiety. So if you just can do all three of those, or even if you can only manage one or two, it's all going to help. So rotations right over your tummy. And then with your finger pads on both sides. And then just feathering or stroking up your tummy with the pads of your fingers. And then you're right on that seat of anxiety. You're right on that seat of where we bottle up dread, bottle up overwhelm, bottle up the things we haven't digested, not food. And it will really push that serotonin up to your first brain through the vagus nerve and the gut-brain axis. It works with babies who are anxious, because babies can pick up. Babies really do pick up. It can work on anybody of any age, and there's no contraindications, unless, of course, you have stomach cancer. But even then, you could just gently rest your hands. You could gently rest your hands, and you would be okay. But it works for everything. Diabetes, if you have epilepsy, there are no contraindications, and it's just all very soothing and very, very beautiful. And I just hope by topping yourselves up like this, if you could do it every day, brilliant, or even a couple of times a week, that is wonderful, and it will help to keep you on top of it and help to disperse and dispel those horrible, very real physical pains of anxiety. So look after yourselves and each other, and I'll see you soon.